Ik had heel wat opgeschreven voor onze volgende gast. Ik laat het even bij. Ik vertel alleen maar even dat op een gegeven moment bij ons thuis Rick een opname startte. En ik was aan het lezen, ik klapte het boek dicht en ik hoorde en aan het eind van de opname huilde ik. En waarom, dat hoop ik vanavond ook aan jullie te laten zien. Jeff van Reen.
Hello. My name is Jeff, and I'm a survivor. Or, that's what people call me. They named me their designated driver the moment my rum and coke got handed to me. People have given me this wrong name, and I tried to say no, but didn't get the chance to say, please, not again. You do know that I'm trans. It is like coming out when you get to choose your own name. All of a sudden you are brave when you actually feel the same. Of course, I feel a lot better in my own skin. I'm excited for life again. And after some testosterone, I'm not ashamed anymore of the sound of my voice. But this is something I had to do. People call me brave and give me a slow-mo clap, when in reality, I didn't have a choice. I would have died if I'd continued to lie to everyone and everything, every second of every day. Yes, I am brave. But only because I never had the option of not being brave. I would be filling this life in a closet until one day, sooner than you'd think, I'd be put in my grave. I never chose to be one of the boys. I just am a guy. And I also just had to survive. I didn't have a choice. People think they're complimenting me by calling me strong because I survived an abuse. I survived someone's wrongdoing, but I never chose to survive, let alone use that word. It gives me this vibe like I'm dancing half naked in khakis to Destiny's Child. Yes, I survived, but is that what I wanted? No. I wanted to die. In that moment when he was lying on top of me and all I could see was the overwhelming beauty of my ceiling. Because even that rotten, stained ceiling was a far prettier sight than the predatory, sadistic look in his eyes. I wanted to die. I tried. I failed. Would you say that's a thing I survived? Looking back, I call it lucky. I'm in a better place now. I say fuck me, but only with my consent. Now I'm happy I'm still breathing, but that doesn't mean survivor is a compliment. I understand the sentiment. People feel powerless in a powerless situation, but for me, that word is not a liberation, and I don't need hashtag inspiration or Instagram sensation. Those empowering movements have become an inflammation, and while I actually have inflammatory bowel disease, those inspiring good vibes, stay positive quotes have become a constipation that I really need to shit out. Why is this other word no longer allowed? He held me down. He forced himself in me, stole the fake concept of my virginity, and I wish I would have fought back, but I didn't. My mind went black and I spaced out high on that ceiling. Without a doubt, I now have the feeling that I wish I would have hit him or bitten him or kicked him. He was the perpetrator. Then why can't I be the victim? My consent has been compromised. So please accept that I have been victimized. All my life I have been lived. A doctor who didn't know me chose my pronouns, and when I was raped, I lived through it, always spacing out. That is surviving. I hope one day I can move on from that day, and that other day, and that other day, when he raped my dignity away. I will never wear khakis next to Beyonce. I'm too tired for that shit anyway. And I don't want to turn my trauma into sensation, even though I did survive his penetration. So please, just let me have my rum and coke. It has already been paid for. Don't make me your designated driver. I will be the one falling drunk to the floor. Don't call me a survivor when you know I deserve to be so much more. A victim to cry for. Dank jullie wel. Ik wil jullie heel erg bedanken en René ook dat ik hier nog mocht staan. Er was iemand uitgevallen en dat komt voor mij dan wel heel goed uit. Ik ben dus transgender. En mensen die vragen mij wel eens hoe dat is. Hoe je weet dat je dat bent, hoe je weet dat het klopt of dat het niet klopt. En ik heb er heel lang over nagedacht om daar een antwoord op te vinden, omdat het antwoord heel moeilijk lijkt te zijn. Maar eigenlijk is het antwoord heel simpel. Daar heb ik een kort gedicht over geschreven. I saw a house at the horizon. It was so far away, but I knew my fate was to live there someday. The road was long and very unknown, but after walking for years, I am finally home. Ik heb nog één kort laatste gedichtje in het Nederlands, wat dit afgelopen gedichtje bewijst, voor een deel tenminste. Ik krijg een operatie. Dat zal even wennen zijn. Mijn borsten gaan eraf. Dat zal even wennen zijn. Mijn lichaam komt er anders uit te zien. Dat zal even wennen zijn. Goh, wat ben je dapper. Ja, het zal even wennen zijn. Ik ontwaak in het ziekenhuisbed. Het verband gaat eraf. Ik mag mijn nieuwe borst leren kennen. Ik kijk. Ik had het fout. Vanaf nu hoef ik nooit meer te wennen. Dankjewel.
Jeff van Reen, dames en heren.